Yo, what is good, YouTube, and welcome back to another JC2K video. In today's video, we are going to be talking about the brand new Season 4 rewards coming today in NBA 2K24 MyTEAM. Basically, every single card on this page that is not an Inferno player, we are going to be going over in this video, breaking them down, talking about which ones are worth grinding for, which ones are worth picking up, and which ones you should probably stay away from out of all of these different Season 4 rewards. Before we hop into the video, if you haven't already, make sure you hit that subscribe button. Help me push towards the 18,000 subscriber mark on the channel. I upload every single day, and I would really appreciate it if y'all do subscribe. Without further ado, let's hop right into it. So we'll start off at the bottom. We'll work our way up through all of these cards, starting with this Terrell Brandon, who does have a dynamic duo. We don't have the dynamic duo information yet, though. His duo is with Juwan Howard. Unless the duo gives him the ability to defend and shoot and play make and way better badges. I mean, he is super fast, but that's about it. He's also not going to be able to dunk the ball. So I just find it hard to see Terrell Brandon, even with his duo being an elite card, especially considering how small he is at the point guard position. This Horford and Millsap duo is a little more intriguing to me, I will say. Obviously, going to be more intrigued to see what this Millsap card looks like when he's Evo, because obviously as a Ruby, he's slow. He actually looks pretty good, though, outside of the speed, though. If his Evo boosts up speed, gives him some shooting and some playmaking badges, and maybe, like, I don't know, this Paul Millsap duo could be interesting, because Horford, he's only 6'7", though, at power forward. It's kind of a small duo. That's the problem, is that Horford's, 6'9" and 6'7". You have to play them together at power forward center. Even if the duo does boost their weakest aspects, they're just so small together, it's going to be tough to use them, I feel like. I wouldn't be surprised if that's like a diamond duo, though, and if they're actually pretty good. I just think they're a little too small. Juwan Howard, his duo is with Terrell Brandon. He has all slashing stuff. Definitely is going to need some shooting and playmaking badges. This card isn't awful. I mean, none of these cards are absolutely terrible for their tier. This could be some pretty decent salary cap cards, budget cards, free cards, that type of stuff. This duo might be good for salary cap, depending on, I guess 1,800 is kind of expensive, but if that were to go down, I don't know. These could be at least interesting. I'm not saying they're great, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time on these lower tier cards, but with them having dynamic duos, it is at least intriguing. Jeff Ruland. I've never heard of this guy in my life, but apparently he made an all-star team. This is the 10 token reward for this season. 6'10", 7'2" wingspan. Finishing badges are very good. He can kind of shoot. He's got 80 speed. He can dunk the ball well, and defensively, he's not awful. I mean, for an amethyst center, he could be worse. Default big. He's got all default animations, though. That is... I wonder if he actually has all default animations or if this is an issue. If he has all default animations, that makes him unusable right there, to be honest. But that card doesn't look terrible on paper, like statistically and badge-wise. If he gets decent-ish animations, he might not be awful. Mo Cheeks, 6'1" PG. He's a 6'1" defensive point guard. He's got the playmaking badges and the defense, but he's got no slashing and limited shooting. That is a problem. I don't care how good you are defensively, and that speed booster is nice, but like it's not going to cut it by yourself. That's not the only thing. And I mean, Gorgie Jang base does not sound like an exactly elite base to me. I've never used it, I don't think, but it doesn't sound great. That Mo Cheeks card looks more like Mo mid. 6'4", 6'5" wingspan, 4 Rex Chapman at the point guard position. He's going to be athletic and fast and able to shoot. That's the good part about Rex Chapman. His cards are always fast, athletic, and able to shoot. He's got 92 speed, 93 3 ball, and 95 driving dunk. Ton of off shooting badges, Hoff precision dunker, posterizer, as well as great playmaking badges. Only thing he doesn't have is any defense. He needed clamps and a couple of the defensive badges to really be good. I think that kills this card because I actually thought he was going to be a dog, but unfortunately, he's kind of mid defensively without that clamps badge. Probably not that great of a card. The Truss SP is probably actually pretty good. I know he's only 6'5" shooting guard, 6'8" wingspan. I know he's got a pretty good player build. His finishing and shooting badges look decent. I mean, he doesn't have limitless range, but besides that, no speed booster hurts. Defensively, he's not bad, although he doesn't have any interior badges. He doesn't have speed booster. This card just isn't elite. You know what I mean? Like, he's okay. He's just missing a few things that kind of would be a little more important, a little nice to have that the top couple shooting guards in the game are going to have. So, again, Latrell is just kind of I'm going to be honest. It's starting to become a theme, and I'm thinking we're going to go through this, and we're going to see a lot of mid cards. With that being said, it is what it is. Walt Fraser's the next one, 6'4", 6'7" wingspan. I think Walt Fraser and Jack Sikma, by the way, these two are the next two salary cap mode rewards. Latrell Sprewell is the first one. Walt and Jack Sikma will be the next two, it looks like. But 6'4", 6'7" wingspan, Walt Fraser, 92 speed, 82 3 ball. He's just a 6'4" defensive point guard. Elite defender, has anchor as well. 92 speed. It's all about the release of this card. He's got a 70 driving dunk, which isn't awful, but it's okay-ish. Yeah, if this card has really nice, a really nice release, he's going to be good. He also has Gorgie Jang base with Ed Davis upper. Seriously? Interesting. Are you telling me he has the exact same animations as Maurice Cheeks? That would be a little intriguing if that's actually the case. I don't know. That's worth keeping an eye on to see what Walt Fraser's animations turn into. This card for salary cap might actually wind up being pretty good, though. Defensive point guard with anchor. That's an interesting card for a budget player. Jack Sikma is another interesting card for a budget player. He's a little slow, but he's an incredible shooting big with a really nice release, and he's got a bunch of solid interior defensive ability. This is a pretty good card. A little undersized at center, I guess, and he's a little slow and not good enough perimeter-wise for the power forward position, but I love his release. He's got really good interior badges and defensively on the interior. He's going to be a beast as well. That's another pretty good but not insane card. That's the thing that I'm noticing. They're all like pretty solid, but none of them are amazing. Dominique Wilkins, I expect will be pretty good stat and badge wise, but I know his release isn't incredible. He doesn't have unpluckable. He doesn't have brick wall, anchor, glove. I'm looking at what he doesn't have. Limitless range, agent 3, blinders, rise up. He's missing some pretty important badges, I will say. He's going to be an awesome slasher. He's got a great player build at the 2 at 6'8", 6'10 wingspan, big player build. Defensively looks okay, not amazing. Playmaking badges, kind of same thing. I would say basic dribble style is Steph behind the back means he does have the Curry slide though, which is really nice. And I mean, yeah, he looks pretty good. I'm not gonna lie. I think he's pretty good. Curry slide, his release isn't amazing, but he's really athletic, big shooting guard who's not awful defensively. Like, this is actually a pretty good card for level 25. Again, I don't think he's playing on the best team, but he's not awful. Thorough Bailey. This card might be the best of all of these rewards. At least I'm crossing my fingers, because if he has good animations and good stats, which he does, it looks like, although no speed booster, he needs bailout and break starter. No speed booster or handles for days hurts. But Hoff Bulldozer, fast twitch, precision dunker, posterizer, 90 speed, 85 excel, 85 three ball, 95 driving dunk, defensively versatile, 90 across the board basically. Bunch of Hall of Fame defensive badges. Also has anchor, brick wall, challenger glove. This card is an elite defensive, very, very big wing, can play small forward, can play power forward. I know his release is super nice as well. The one thing about this card is his animations just are not very good. Neither are his playmaking badges with no bailout, break starter, speed booster, or handles for days. Makes me think, I know Agent 3 blinders are limitless range either. He's a bit limited as a shooter and a playmaker, but his release is super nice, so he'll be a good catch and shoot shooter offensively. Honestly, his main role offensively is catch and go dunk the ball though, or use him as a screener and to try to attack mismatches at the 3 is going to be his most effective role because of the size and the slashing and the athletic ability combined with the defense. And he's got a good release. This card for 20 wins and unlimited he's a dog. He's really a dog. He's going to play on a lot of squads, and for good reason, I think. I do wish his playmaking was a little better, but I still think he's going to be an amazing card. Michael Red probably sucks, realistically. Shooting badges, but not a ton else. Playmaking badges are no speed booster. Defensive badges are okay. He does have clamps, but he's kind of small. And I know his defensive stats aren't great. Finishing-wise, no precision dunker, posterizer, or bulldozer at all. Shooting badges are very good, but I'm expecting his release to not be great. At least it hasn't been the last couple years. I know MJ's release upper isn't very good either, so yeah, I'm not going to lie to y'all. I think we might be looking... Pro 3 leaner isn't that great either. I don't think this card is going to be very good. He doesn't have much movement. I don't generally expect Michael Red cards to be all that good in 2K. They haven't been the last couple of years, but this card also looks as though he will not be all that good. This is really, really disappointing. Seeing no animation changes at all is such a letdown, because a guy like Carmelo is going to be good because he's okay defensively and awesome offensively. Although, again, why does he not have speed booster? I'm starting to get frustrated. Carmelo's going to be an incredible shooter, a great slasher, super athletic, versatile wing at the 3. Not great defensively. He will probably be your worst defensive card in the court, but his release is awesome. He's got deep book dribble style, normal fade, moves pretty well with the Kobe escape as well. Carmelo's going to be awesome offensively, incredibly fun to use. This is one of the best reward cards for sure. I definitely think if you like using Melo in my team, this is going to be another awesomely elite offensive Melo, and he's going to give you a little bit more defensively as well. He's one of the few guys who has good enough base animations with a good dribble style, release on quick. That's also a good release, good escape, good, but like he's got pretty good sigs even as a base card. So luckily, Carmelo's going to be one of those guys who's going to be very good offensively and a very, very good reward card, but he's one of the few. I mean, so far I'm looking at him and Thurl as the only two guys who look really, really good. Pettitt and Jerry Sloan. I mean, Jerry Sloan has a bunch of shooting badges, but they're not great ones. Defensively, Hoff Anchor is nice. He's, 6'5" at shooting guard. He's small, but he's a really good defensive guard. Good speed, good shooter. Meh as a finisher. He gets every badge, though. Wow, okay. So the collector level reward's getting a little better because they can get every badge, too. The question is, how's that release, honestly? How's his animations going to look like? Pro 2 leaner is tough, though. That's good as well. He's got Agent 3 and Limitless Range. The shooting badges, the creation, I mean, his shot creation doesn't look amazing, but, like, as a whole, this is a really good collector. For collector level, that's a darn good card. Bob Pettitt, 6'9" power forward. He's a little slow for his size. Definitely missing some badges for sure. Good shooter, but Pettitt cards are always kind of limited. I don't think that Patty Mills upper is very good. The base is great, but I don't think Patty Mills upper is that great. Is Drew Eubanks good at all? I honestly don't know if that release is good at all. I did not use the Ruby Bob Pettitt in the slightest, so I really don't know what this card's animations looks like, but looks like a lack of SIGs, mediocre athletically, not able to put the ball on the floor, undersized, the power forward position. Definitely looks like Jerry Sloan is the better one of these two collector level rewards. And then the final four players are, or I guess the final three really, are Larry Magic and Paul Pierce. Paul Pierce is the 40 token reward player this season, 6'7", 6'10" wingspan. Really good, well-rounded stats and badges. Defensively, he's not bad, but he doesn't have speed booster. Why? I don't know. Like, why does so many cards not have speed booster? Why does Paul Pierce not get speed booster? Why does Carmelo not get speed booster? That's so garbage to me. He does have Kyrie dribble style, which is nice. Rest of his SIGs, though, simply just don't look that great, although John Wall step back does give him the great drag back, too. So he's got a really good dribble style, a really good drag back, which is nice, but his release is horrid. To the point where he's not even worth using. Legitimately. Honestly, I don't think this Paul Pierce will be very good simply because that release. Because, like, he's just mid. He is mid. Larry Bird, let's talk about another mid card. Ultimate reward this season. The specialization reward for completing a mode. 20,000 unlimited points. Y'all want me to play 20,000 unlimited points for Larry Bird with his release timing on normal and garbage SIGs? And basic leaner? I mean, basic leaner isn't actually awful. That's just like, that's actually a decent leaner. But generally speaking, ugh. Like, why? Why would I even do that? I don't understand it. He's got great shooting badges, sure, but his release isn't very good. He's average at best as a playmaker, slasher, and, like, defensively, he will certainly be good, but he needs speed booster and blow by even added to the base card. Like, he's on paper, stat and badge-wise, very good, but I know his animations suck. I mean, Larry Bird's base animations are not very good, and that is going to create a card who is just really, really mid for a specialization award. Definitely a lot worse than Hakeem was, I would say, at the beginning of the season, at least, last season. And then level 40 is Magic, who is, unfortunately, while still very good stat and badge-wise, just another one with no changed animations, which means his release is bad. His dribble style just got nerfed as well, which isn't great. His escape isn't great at all. Doesn't move particularly well in the slightest, I wouldn't say. He never runs fast with the ball in his hands anyway, which I don't understand. His best value is that he's 6'9", and now he actually does have pretty solid defensive badges, at least on the perimeter. No anchor or brick wall still, and I assume no immovable enforcer either. He doesn't have the key shooting badges, but he does have great playmaking badges, so that will be useful. Finishing-wise in the interior, he will be a mismatch at 6'9". This card is more of a cheese ball at the point guard position than he is anything else, though, because he's not a primary ball handler, especially in this game. So he is far more a screen setter, a masher. He is a tall point guard for somebody who wants a tall point guard on the court. That is what he is going to give you, and you have to know that there are going to be limitations with running a guy like Magic on the court. I think he's very usable. I'm not certain he's the best point guard in the game. I think he's in the top 3 or so. We'll see where and how long he is also at the top, because I gotta say, none of these cards having changed animations at all is, to me, really not a very good sign. And honestly, what is the difference with the Pro Pass version and the regular version? Is there even a difference at this season? Like, maybe the Pro Pass version can get every badge, and the non-Pro Pass version can't. There you go. That's the difference. So if you want Magic who can get every single badge, you buy the Pro Pass. If you don't care, you don't. There you go. That's about all y'all need to know, and that's about all y'all need to know about all these cards, to be honest. If I could sum this whole drop up, or reward cards wise, I would say kind of mid. Like, Carmelo looks really good, but he doesn't have speed booster. Thurl Bailey's going to be a dog, but even he has flaws. And everybody else is just meh. No changed animations at all is a real letdown in today's drop. I mean, we are at the point in the year where we need better animations to compete with these incredible defensive cards and score on the offensive end of the court. And unfortunately, 2K just didn't give us any of that today. It's a real letdown, but it is what it is. And I'm going to keep making videos regardless. There is some stuff to be excited for in the season still, for sure. I just wish the rewards were better. I wish the players were better. The fact everything here is free is awesome, and all this whole new drop today is free is great, but, like, still, it's a little bit of a letdown compared to what it maybe could have been. With that being said, that is going to do it for this video. I hope y'all did enjoy. If you did, make sure you hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. I'll be back with more 2K content very, very soon. I appreciate y'all. Peace.